My name is Loren Terveen. I'm a professor at the University of Minnesota in the United States. I'm a professor of computer science. I've been here at the University of Minnesota for 14 years, actually. Before that, I was at Bell Labs and AT&T Labs. I was an industrial researcher for a while after I got my PhD. So I've been in the research world for quite a while. I do work in social computing with a focus on areas like social media studies, crowdsourcing, peer production, and recommender systems. And my colleagues and I, we use a lot of methods in our work. Most of us are trained computer scientists, but we do a lot of work with social science methods, with design methods as well. And so, that's part of what has always made CHI such a great field for me, is the interdisciplinary nature of it. It's what I'm interested in. It's what I do myself. So ACM is the Association of Computing Machinery. It's a large international organization that deals with computing in general. SIGCHI, the Special Interest Group for Computer-Human Interaction, is one of the largest special interest groups, the specialty areas within ACM. The executive committee oversees all of the activities of SIGCHI, and I'm the president of the executive committee currently. And one of the things that SIGCHI does, it's the thing that probably most people are aware of, is we sponsor conferences in human-computer interaction. The CHI conference is the largest one, the most well-known one. The last few years, we've often had over 3,000 people from all over the world attending it. Just earlier in May of this year, it was in San Jose, California. We had over 3,800 people from over 50 countries attending it, so the biggest CHI ever, so really exciting. But SIGCHI also sponsors a lot of other conferences on all kinds of topics, from very technology-oriented to very social-oriented, things that look at different user groups, focusing on things, everybody from children to international collaboration. So lots of diversity, lots of dynamism in the conferences we sponsor. Now, SIGCHI also, through the executive committee, we make available a set of opportunities to help people participate in those conferences. We have funds that are available for each of the individual conferences to bring people to their conferences who may not be able to come otherwise. Students, people from countries that may not have as many funding opportunities. So we have those funds. We have funds for people from developing countries to attend conferences. We have funds for students from developing countries to attend conferences. And we have funds to sort of develop new areas, both new topic areas and new geographic areas. So we support our community in growing and becoming more inclusive. And I guess when I think about my vision for SIGCHI, what we can accomplish over the next few years, I guess I've touched on a few of those things. One general idea or one general goal is to continue to make SIGCHI as inclusive as possible. That means making it easier for people from all over the world to attend and participate, making it easier for people who may have certain disabilities to participate, making it possible for people with all sorts of perspectives and backgrounds to participate. So that's very important. Participate. Another thing we're really interested in is growing SIGCHI in Eastern Asia and Southeastern Asia. And I'll come back to that in a minute because I know that's an area of great interest. Yeah. We're also really interested in communication, and I think of communication having a couple aspects. One is we want to do as much as we can to be open and transparent in what we do and why we do it to our membership. The second aspect is we think that within our field of human-computer interaction, through our conferences and publications, we have a lot of really exciting and innovative work going on. And we think too often most of that work stays within our research and practice community. And we want to see, are there more ways that we can communicate that to the broader population? And so we're looking into ways that we can do that to reach the broader public as well. And then finally, I think one thing that I'm interested in that I think will help our members and our society grow, we have SIGCHI, in addition to CHI, sponsors 22 other conferences. And we have this feeling that there's a lot of opportunities for these conferences to share knowledge, to learn from each other, to have ways of brainstorming new ideas, maybe that cross-cut across the topics of these conferences. And so we think in terms of a family of conferences. And so this is a vision for us, and we're trying to figure out how we can make that a reality. So that's another thing that I have as part of one of my goals for the next few years. The reason why we have an emphasis on Eastern and Southeastern Asia is because of the great work that's been done by many people in SIGCHI, but especially the prior executive committee, which was led by Gerrit van der Veer, in creating bridges to other people in nearby regions and integrating into the global community as it makes sense for you. Well, I guess what I'd like to say is that we are listening to you and that we want to support you in developing, in creating bridges to other people in nearby regions and integrating into the global community as it makes sense for you. I mean, the way I understand the history of SIGCHI and of, as often sort of embodied in the CHI conference, for the first about 9 or 10 years, the conference was always in North America, mostly in the United States. And then in 1993, it was held in Europe in conjunction with Interact. And that was part of a move to really integrate, to bring Europe or to bring SIGCHI and HCI into Europe and integrate those two areas, the topic area and Europe. We didn't think this was an area that should be only exclusive to the United States for obvious reasons. And we also thought that everybody in Europe and in North America would be enriched if we could cooperate and work together and share and learn from each other. And I guess that's what I hope to see in Indonesia and throughout the rest of Asia. I'm sure, I know that every country, every culture has their own approach to problems, including in user interface, in user experience design. You know, what are the appropriate methods? What are the most important problems to work on? All of these, how do you receive funding? Who do you work with? How do academics and practitioners work together? What is their relationship? All of those things are going to vary from country to country. But we absolutely believe that there'll be benefits for everyone if we can integrate communities all over the world into one global, worldwide community of user interface, user experience design, and human-computer interaction professionals. So that's my goal in general. And I guess, again, to sort of be more specific, I'm not sure what the things are specifically that should be done in Indonesia, but we are listening, and I hope that you, Eunice, and your colleagues will come up with great ideas that involve helping you to develop your community there as you need, drawing on resources from the international community through SIGCHI as it makes sense, and teaching us what you have to teach as well. So anyway, that's what I hope to see happening in Indonesia over the next few years.